So I'll move ahead with my little theoretical part for the dividend policy. Dividend policy or dividend decision is the management of earnings. Dividend decision is also known as management of earnings, right? Dividend decision or management of earnings, it simply means allocating a part of earnings to the shareholders as dividend, means sharing the profits with the owners or shareholders, sharing the profits with the owners and the shareholders, right? Equity shareholders are also known as the owners of the firm. So which means sharing a part of profit with the owners, which means this mean is dividend. The meaning of this is dividend, right? Deciding or declaring a dividend to the shareholders, right? Now, owners are always at the last, right? Owners always take the last part of the profit, right? So from the available profit of the organization, the interest is paid to debt holders, the tax is paid, then dividend is paid to preference shareholders. So whatever the net earnings is available, whatever amount of earnings is available, the net earnings, that from that net earnings, the profits are distributed to the equity shareholders, right? Because owners always take a last pie from the food, right? All owners always take the last pie from the profits. So first of all, we will pay to all our obligations. Debt is an obligation, tax is an obligation, preference shares is also an obligation. So first of all, we will pay to all our obligation, and the remaining part will be can be distributed as dividend to equity shareholders. Now, the portion or the percentage or the proportion of dividend is not fixed, right? It is depending on the profit of the firm. If a firm is into loss, then not necessary that firm has to declare dividend to equity shareholders. If firm is earning loss, then owners, that is shareholders, will also be a part into that loss, right? But if a firm is earning profit, then being an owner, the company will decide whether to take up a profit, whether to declare a dividend, or whether to retain back for the future expansion, or whether to retain back for the further expansion, right? So dividend decision is a decision of net earnings to be distributed as dividend or retention, or in proportion can be shared to both, right? A part can be declared as dividend from the net earnings, and part can be retained, correct? So here is a decision between the taking up a profit or retaining back for further expansion. This is dividend decision. And dividend is a reward to a equity shareholder, right? Equity shareholders always feel that they have a right to have a dividend from the firm, from the profit of the firm, right? And company also has to take up a dividend decision in such a manner that if in previous year company has declared a 10% dividend, and this year the company is going for a lower proportion of dividend or declaring no dividend, then in a layman they will understand on the first instance that yes, the company is earning losses, but company might have retained back that money for further expansion. But the investors on a first instance will think yes, the company might have earned a loss, that is why we should now withdraw our money from that company, right? So also here there is a very critical decision for a firm to satisfy all equity shareholders by sharing a profit to them. That is their right, what they feel, right? So it is a decision between the owner's wealth, that is shareholders wealth, and value of the firm. Value of the firm can increase by retaining the amount. Now company will retain the amount for further expansion only, for further development of the, for the growth of the company only. So dividend decision is rolling about or nearby the dividend decision is ruling near the value of the firm and the owner's wealth. either to increase the shareholders wealth or increase the value of the firm, or in a proportionate basis can go for both of them, right? If company is declaring 100% of its profits as dividend, company is able to is not able to manage any amount for retention for further expansion, right? If company is declaring 50% dividend, and 50% is kept for the retention for further expansion, correct? So this was the theoretical light on the dividend decision for any and how important it is. Okay, now to help the company decide what proportion of dividend should be declared or not, or the proportion of retention or proportion of dividend, here are few theories, right? There are few theories that is going to help the organization in the dividend decision, right? There are two theories, one is relevance theory and the other one is irrelevance theory. Relevance theory means yes, there is an impact of dividend decision on share price of the firm. According to relevance, there will be a impact on the share price by deciding the dividend proportion. So that is the meaning of relevance theory of dividend. Irrelevance, there is no such theory, there is no such impact on the share price by the dividend decision of the firm, right? In relevance we have Walter model and the Gordon model, whereas in irrelevance we have the Modigliani Miller approach, right? I'll be going ahead with the Walters model. Why not with the Gordon's model? I'll be able to tell you at the end after the explanation of the Walters and solving the or giving a decision or helping the company for taking a decision on dividend. Walters model, that is in the relevance theory. James Walter has proposed this model for share valuation or for helping the company in deciding upon its dividend, right? Now yes, this model also believes that yes, there is a impact on the value of enterprise by a dividend policy, correct? This model revolves around two concepts, that is return on investment or internal rate of return, that is R, and cost of capital or required rate of return by shareholders, and capitalization rate, that is KO. So this model focuses more on R and KO. It revolves around R and KO, that I can say. There are few assumptions of the model. What are those? That yes, companies investments are only financed through the retained earnings. No external sources is being adopted or being taken up for the for further expansion. Firms return on investment and cost of capital are constant. Next is all earnings are either distributed as dividends or reinvested, right? Means the profits will be either invested for further expansion or dividends will be declared from that net earnings to the shareholders. And the firm has a perpetual life, his firm exists for infinity. These are few assumptions of the model, correct?